Man, okay, had a little hiccup there, but that's that. Let's go get the comments pulled up. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think this is going. Hey, camper van workman. All right, that was kind of funny. I got this thing going, and I set it up with the phone in the different orientation, and the live stream setup doesn't allow me to change that once it's on. So I had to relaunch this thing. Mike McKinley, hey man. Hey, life on the streets. I think I saw some of you guys in Chrome's live stream he did earlier today. But that's cool. Good to see you all again. What a day, eh? There's like Chrome did a live stream, and then Emmy did a live stream, and now I'm doing a live stream. And I woke up this morning thinking, yeah, I'm going to do one today. Anyway, so I got my computer set up. I'm going to kind of read some questions and stuff as you guys go along. But to give you a heads up on what's going on, I finished up, it's kind of a spoiler, but I finished working on Nick's van. I got all that main electrical stuff done, and now I'm on my way back into the mainland. I got some business there to sort out, and I just need to spend some time also with myself, some quiet contemplation, some reflection. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of time in the backcountry at some point to do that. But I do have a lot of things to do too, so it's kind of a go time for me. So we'll see. Life on the streets, I can call you Lots for short. You bet, brother. That's funny. Hey, Kim Jones, holy smokes, thank you so much. Right on, good to see you in here. I also got your coffee here. I've been sipping on this all afternoon. It's been great. So thank you, Kim. Super great to see you in here tonight. And it is early, actually. It's not nighttime yet, but the evening. So this, Carol Henderson, this proves we are your most loyal fans. We hung in there, love from Ontario. Thank you, Carol. That was really nice. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm reading comments on here as well as my computer screen, so I'll get a cadence going here in a bit. USA chat now, where's Chrome? I think Chrome's in Alberta, maybe Calgary. I tuned into his live earlier today, but I was only in there for 5 minutes, and I think he's in that area. But yeah. Drivers of Ottawa, cheers from your hometown. My hometown region, yes, indeed. I was born in Ottawa, and I grew up in that whole area, so did a lot of bass fishing, some trout fishing and pike fishing and that sort of stuff in that area. So that was, I kind of miss the fishing over there. It's a lot of fun. It's just action-packed. But when I go back to visit, which will probably be this spring or summer, I'm going to do some fishing there. Drivers of Ottawa. Mike McKinley, thanks for the super sticker, buddy. It's always good to see you, Mike. I'm always I always enjoy your comments, man. I really appreciate them. And Wendy Lee, thanks for being you. You bet. Appreciate that a lot, Wendy. That's really what we all ought to be doing, is being ourselves as best as we can. And sometimes that's a bit of a struggle, but I don't know. I think we have a whole lifetime where we figure out how to be ourselves better and better each day. And that's part of the journey. So let's see. I'm going to try and see if you guys have any questions, you let me know. I'm just sitting in the heat, and I've got cars behind me, cars beside me. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour. Cars out in front of me. At some point, the boat is going to arrive over there. And sitting in the ferry lineup. I was actually here about an hour ago, and I've been waiting in line for about an hour, and I missed the first boat, so now I'm waiting for the second one. TJ Fischel, Thanks, buddy. Hello from West Virginia. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. I'm yeah. At some point, it's probably not going to be this year, but at some point I'm going to have to do like a little fishing tour down in the US or something. But we'll see. There's still quite a lot of things that are going on out in the world right now that are, I would call it turbulence. So it's kind of nice when things sort of settle out, if you will. Stone 86 Joseph, how's the rotors and suspension? So Stone, my front rotors seem to be okay for now. After I replaced them the last time, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, man, if they're gonna hold up as long as, or longer than the last one. So I was getting about 6 months out of my rotors. So I've tried a new set with new pads. And there's quite a few people in the comments that were suggesting that I go with the type of rotors that have, I don't know, those cutouts in them and the holes and all that stuff to help cool them down. And to be honest, the first set of rotors I bought for the van were those type of rotors, and they didn't last very long either. But it might depend on the amount of carbon in those rotors and stuff like that too. And I'll just keep trying. But for now, they're doing all right. Suspension's great, and that new little airlift kit that I put in the back is also really good. It actually, I ride a little bit higher in the back, which I like, and then it's a smoother ride on pavement as well, and I can air that down for off-road to make it a little smoother in the backcountry too. Let's see. Robert R, thank you. Thanks for the super chat for the coffee, buddy. Appreciate that. I'll definitely put that towards some coffee, and it'll go to coffee or gas or something like that for sure. Really appreciate it, man. Let's see. Gary Boyd, dude, how are you? I'm pretty good, Gary. I've been, you guys are a little bit behind on the videos, and I know some of you recognize that Chrome was in one that was, I think, just a little while ago, and he's way ahead compared to me. But to be honest, I've only got maybe a few more videos on my laptop that I can edit out and share, because the last 2-3 weeks I haven't really been filming that much. So you're gonna catch up pretty soon. So I got to do some more filming here soon to do that. It's I don't know, I've just been working on Nick's van and doing the electrical for that, and that was I'd say it took a lot more time than I expected. And it was a lesson for me, but it was also a lesson for Nick too. He's brand new at working on a new camper van, and in which case he's working on his Sprinter van conversion. He's doing it all himself, so he's learning as he's doing it. And when we were chatting about doing the electrical on the phone, I was in Squamish, and it sounded like he was ready, but he wasn't quite ready when I showed up. So there was some waiting around, there was some delays with a flight that he was on, so there was another like 3 days where I had to wait for him, and not his fault. And then we finally got started on it, and then there was some cabinetry that needed to be done, and it was just one thing after the other, where I spent a lot of my time waiting around. But in the meantime, I was able to edit videos and get those things out and take care of some other business as well. But overall, I'm doing pretty good. That just took a long time to get through that. So I mean, my plans to go salmon fishing and stuff like that, it's still up in the air. We'll see. I haven't really done that yet. It's been a bit of a challenge. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for now. But I am doing pretty good. Carrie Ann Kemp, when is the van tour? It's going to be very soon, Carrie. Very soon. Stay tuned. That's coming out soon. And I think Van City Van Life has got one in his repertoire, so that's going to come out on his channel as well. Let's see. Van looks huge from this angle. Yeah, it looks pretty good, eh? I've got a roll right here of Hypervent, which is that material that goes underneath your mattress. I picked this up at a marine store just yesterday. Nick actually bought this for me. Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate it. He was super generous. Like, he was really nice with his time and everything that he shared while I was working on his van. He brought me coffee, beer, cooked me dinner and lunch and all that sort of stuff. So, Nick, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And that hypervent's going to go under my mattress. I'm not sure how I'm going to fit it in there. I've got to reconfigure the way those cushions stay on the plywood once I put that in there, because they'll shift around a little bit. So I've got to figure out some sort of way to situate them in there. But I'm excited to have that. Anyway. Yeah, drivers of Ottawa, you only have 890,000 lakes in Canada to explore. Do you mean Canada or Ontario? Because I think Ontario might have something like that kind of number. I think BC's only got like 60,000 lakes or something. But you guys have hundreds of thousands of them in Ontario for sure. And I'd love to go do some muskie fishing over there. That would be a lot of fun. TP Seeker, at Sharing the Wild, have you ever had a chance to spend some time with First Nations and elders? I have a little bit. So when I was in Calgary, I wouldn't say I spent a lot of time, but I met a few and I had some very good conversations with them. And since I've been out in BC, I haven't really connected to any First Nations communities. I'd like to, but there's this, it just hasn't really came about, I guess. So, you know, I sort of put it out there as something that would be nice to happen, but we'll see. I did meet one gentleman out in the backcountry, and I do have his phone number, and he seemed very intelligent about the First Nations and the Squamish area, and I thought of maybe reaching out to him in the future and having a chat about some stories and perspectives and stuff like that. So we'll see. Let's see. Mike McKinley, thanks again for the super sticker, buddy. Stone 88, what do you like more, lake fishing or ocean fishing, and why? I don't know. Like I'd kind of say, it's hard to say, Stone. I like right now, ocean fishing is really speaking to me. There's something kind of primal and organic and like just big about fishing in the ocean, and I'm just really drawn to that at the moment. And I really want to get back out here on the island and do some of that, or you know, and I could do some of that on the mainland, but out here there's a little bit more opportunity on North Island to explore that stuff. Right now I'd say that's what I'm interested in. River fishing is fun too, and so are streams, but most of the time it's all catch and release, so it sort of means no catch and cook, which is okay too, but I'm not a big fan of catch and release, and it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with those trout up in north end of the island there. That video a little while ago, that was pretty fun. But I don't do that too often. Yeah, let's see. Ivan, thanks, buddy. You sent me, I got your super sticker, Ivan. Thank you, man. It says work. You just telling me I should work? Dude, I've been working a lot. This YouTube is a big full-time job, really. When you think of it, it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work. But yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. Yeah. So Trinity Smith, Manitoba is great for fishing. Yes, it is. It looks tremendously good for fishing. I would love to spend some time fishing in Manitoba. Seems a lot like Ontario, but it looks like it's really amazing for some fishing. So I could do that. Oh, Lonnie Anderson, thanks for the super chat, buddy. It looks like you doubled up on that one. Hey, you guys. That's Lonnie, whose boat I was on the other day in that last video. So Lonnie, it's good to see you in here, bud. I'm on my way back to the mainland. I'm heading up to Squamish, but I'll be giving you a ring, and maybe we'll go do coffee or something like that together, and that'd be fun. Sweet. Yeah, and there was a few comments, Lonnie, in the last video. There was a couple people that recognized that your boat had the like the name of it had some references to Star Trek, so some people caught on to that one. I think it was NCC, New Construction. I forget what that means. New Construction, something like that. Something construction. Adventure with Kelly's. Fan of catch and cook myself, had grouper for dinner today. Oh, that's a big fish, man. That's pretty cool. Good for you, man. That's a cool fish to catch. I'm sure I've talked with a few people that have gone spearfishing for those guys. Maggie Dyke, I've watched the video you did on that beautiful island. Sorry, can't recall the name. It's great for the soul. It was probably the video that was called well, it was the one of San Joseph Bay. It's that thumbnail where I'm just sort of standing and kind of off in the distance, right in the middle of the picture, and then there's ocean behind me. That would have been the one. That was a really great time. I really love that video. AI Gaming. I'm from Florida, live in Ontario. The thing about ocean fishing is you never know what you're going to catch. So many more possibilities. That said, I've grown to prefer lake fishing. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. There's so many fish that can just jump on your line in the ocean. And the regulations up here are really complicated. We got a lag issue, you guys? Let me know if we got a lag issue. I checked my speed test and it looks really good, but I got a little circle thing going on my computer screen. Anyway, yeah, the regulations out here for ocean fishing seem rather complicated, especially if you're going to be jumping around as much as I do. There's like all these different zones, and then there's species identification, length, time of year, where you can't fish. It's a lot of homework, but I'm trying to read and understand all that, and I'm just like, wow, it's even way more complicated than the hunting regulations. But it's part of the process. So anyway, sorry I got on that rant about the regulations. Lonnie, you're sending me more super chats, buddy. Just thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Good to see you in here, Lonnie. You might be trying to figure it out. I suppose you probably maybe trying to figure out how to chat and stuff. Lonnie was trying to figure out super chats a while ago, and he was asking me that in person, and I was kind of telling him how it worked, and maybe he's trying to figure it out still and figure out how to type in there too. But you can type, Lonnie. You can do a super sticker, and you can choose a little emoji that goes with it, or you can write a message in it as well. So Ivan, thanks, buddy. Ivan, yeah. Cool little emoji. Jeff, are you open to dating while doing van life? Jeff, thanks for that. I guess, yeah. I mean, I would say yeah, but my heart's in kind of a weird place when it comes to that. Like, it's, I'm a dad right now, and I don't know. It's just it's a tough thing for me to kind of comprehend right now. I think I need more time before that's gonna, come around, before I'll open up again to that kind of thing. I think for now, I'll kind of be on my own for a little while. And but I suppose for anybody else, I mean, if you're thinking about dating and van life, I think why not? It's I don't see why not, but kind of depends on where you're at with yourself too. Mimi, do you have a PayPal? Mimi, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I have to set it up still. Like, it's a very old account. I was actually going to do that this past week, but I got distracted. So stay tuned. I'll put that in the video descriptions in the future, like what my PayPal is. Because some of you have said that, I've had a couple people message me saying that they didn't want to join Patreon, but they wanted to send me a PayPal, so I'll put that together. And just another way to support what it is that I'm doing and contribute that way, and it's great. All that stuff helps for sure. Yeah. And then it allows me to go out and do bigger, more outlandish adventures, which is really fun. Zedman, when is the last time you got a deer? Joseph. The last time I got a deer was 2 seasons ago. Last year I didn't get any deer. I had about 5, I believe, in my sights, and I never pulled the trigger. There was different choices and reasons for that, and there's a story for each one of those deer that I saw. But the circumstance really needs to be there for that. And this year, at this point in time, like, even if I go out hunting tomorrow, let's say, which I'm not going to do, but if I were to go out, I wouldn't shoot a deer right now. Things got to line up inside here in my heart, as well as situationally. Like, what I went through with those last 2 deer that I got was just took a lot out of me, and I never want to go through that ever again. So I'm going to be very choosy about harvesting an animal and making sure that everything is situated really well to be able to prepare and butcher that animal in a very fast and efficient manner. But it was a couple of years back. I got 2 deer on that day, which is quite a lot. That I did a video about that. It's quite. I think it was one of my last hunting videos I did. Let's see. I'll try and see if I find any good questions in here, you guys. Trinity Smith, how long have I lived in my van? I've been in my van for about, well, let's see, it's almost going to be 2 years. So I bought this van at the end of September in just about 2 years ago. So at the end of this September, it'll be 2 years in this van. Joanne Foster Common Dad, hello. That's my mom. She's in here too. Hi, Mom. Good to see you in here. Wowie. Sammy Sunshine. Oh, thank you so much, Sammy. Oh, I love that you made it in here. That's so good. You figured it out. I'm glad. Sammy's one of my Patreon supporters. She was asking me earlier today, like, how she's been trying to get onto my live streams and stuff. So I was telling her how to get on there. So glad you're here, Sammy. And thank you so much for that. Gas and protein money. I appreciate that. I might need to spend the money on protein too. Yeah, we'll see. Been doing that for almost 2 years now, buying my protein. Wowee. Sweet. That's pretty cool. Glad you're here. Laura, yes, my mom is in here. She commented right underneath you there. I got my mom in here. I got my friend Lonnie in here. and they know each other, so you guys should call each other and catch up. Jeff, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Let's see. I struggle with showing affection to my GF while dating, and it has been a big problem for me. Any advice showing affection to a girlfriend? I don't know, Jeff. That's kind of a. I'm not sure I can really answer that one. I think it's situational. I kind of feel like I want to say, if you can send yourself affection, if you can learn how to be affectionate towards yourself, or at least respect yourself, in different situations, especially challenging ones and ones that you're uncomfortable in, it might help to open you up and be a little bit more vulnerable with your feelings in some of those difficult moments, and try to communicate that in a, almost a disarmed sort of way. Quite often when I'm sorry, this kind of is going a little bit away from your question, but it ties into it, is like when we're confronted with discomfort in a relationship of any kind, whether it's with a stranger or someone that you're close to, often it's going to bring up a discomfort, and we almost have this hip shot reaction to those kind of moments, and we fail to really dive into talking about it and expressing our feelings for how we feel uncomfortable. And in those moments when we're able to become a little bit vulnerable and share from that place, provided it's safe, if the person you're talking to is a complete jackass, then in that moment maybe that's not the right person to be exploring that side of the discomfort and the anxiety. But if it's someone that's close to you, like a girlfriend or a family member, or someone that's willing to hear you out, then you can be more vulnerable about what's really going on. And in a way, by doing that, you're becoming more affectionate in a way towards yourself. You're allowing yourself to really be who you are. And so I always kind of go back when I look at a relationship and how to do something better in a relationship, like showing affection to your girlfriend, is learning how to do it towards yourself too. And then it'll just come around. It's kind of like you learn a little bit more deeper perspective about your relationship with yourself, and you're possibly able to relate more to your partner. Now, when it goes to showing affection too, there's different ways to do it. There's a book out there called The 5 Love Languages, and I forget the author of that. Some of you probably read it. It's kind of an old classic book, but it's 5 Love Languages. And it talks about how people communicate their affection towards their partners or people in their lives, usually 3. Everybody uses all the love languages, but some people have 3 really strong ones. And in a relationship with somebody else, that's just loud for me, the guy on the PA. All right. So I'm in a ferry lineup, as the title says. Your partner might have different love languages than you. So they might be trying to share their affection with you by being touchy-feely and all that sort of stuff. And you might not be so touchy-feely. Maybe you do it through acts of kindness, or you give them presents or something like that. So there's different ways to do it. But find out what she likes. If she's showing up in the relationship and she's always doing acts of service around, washing dishes, making dinner, all that sort of stuff, that's her way of sharing love to you. And she'll be more reciprocal of, if you're to do acts of service for her, she's going to understand that language more than if you're just to give her gifts. If she's not into giving gifts, she might not understand that you're trying to share affection with her. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up with that, but I'll just say, if you're really curious, have a look at that book, The 5 Love Languages. It's pretty good. Yeah, wow. I love talking about that stuff, and I love thinking about that kind of stuff. It's really great. Let's see. Emmy, you're in here. Good to see you, Emmy. I tuned into your chat for like 10 seconds and I got distracted. I was going to send you a super chat too, but you beat me to it. You're welcome on the fridge. See you in a couple weeks. You'll have to update me on that. I didn't think I was going to see you till like January or something. Super sweet. Good to see you, Emmy. Yes, Lonnie. Yeah, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Definitely coffees. We're going to do coffee. I got to go into Vancouver and pick up my mail, and I'm probably going to stop at the yoga studio and just say hi to those guys and that kind of thing. So I'll tee up with you and we'll do coffee. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on stuff. Brenda J, thank you for the coffee. Appreciate that, Brenda. Thanks for that super chat. Robert, or have I got my new tires yet? Robert, no, I haven't got my new tires. I've got my I've got to order them. So far everywhere that I've looked at just now, I was waiting for a while because I didn't have any cash. I couldn't afford them. I just finished Nick's Sprinter van and I got a little bit of money from him, which is great. There's a few things that I need to recover expense wise from that, but then I can go out and get my tires now. So they're I'll probably make calls out tomorrow being Monday, once the shops are open up, and I'll see if I can order some in from one of the local tire shops and get those put on there. So that'll be right around the corner because it's time. I need those tires. Mark the paint guy, thanks buddy, appreciate that super chat, man. Good to see you in here, bud. Looking forward to catching up with you at some point and doing some fishing, man. That'd be fun. River Stinks Outdoors. Thanks, River Stinks Outdoors. Van is almost done. River Stinks Van Life. Use Zelle for pay. Zelle for pay. You keep it. I'm not sure what you mean. Use Zelle for pay. Maybe I have to look that up. Anybody know what that means? But thanks for the love. Really appreciate that, River Stinks Outdoors. Kenny T. I love this question. Which of your videos are more popular? ? Why do you think that is? Man, that's such a puzzling question. And I talk with Chrome about this and Emmy and other YouTubers and stuff, and I'll be in the editor and I'll be like, this video is great and I love it. I love the edit and I love the whole process of putting it together. And then I put it out on YouTube and it doesn't do very well. And it's like what? I thought that was gonna just sail. And it's just like, no, it's just kind of mediocre. And then I do video where I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I really want to share this. I'm not really into it. And I'll be kind of, working through it in the editor. And then I'll be like, okay, well, I'm like, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna share it and I'll send it. And to me, it's just kind of dull and kind of boring. And then that ends up being really good on YouTube. So why one is doing better than the other, I'm not sure. But it's I'm not the only one who has that experience with the videos, so it's an interesting thing. Neil Simpson, I know they're kind of expensive, but if you had the opportunity, would you put a pop top on your van? Not on this van, Neil. It's a minivan. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Not on this van. I just maybe, but I would probably get into doing something else. I think there's only so much more that I can really do with this van before I'm just kind of like, okay, that's enough. I'm just gonna use this van, work with this van, and then start thinking about the next van because this van was just meant to be a stopgap towards getting a Sprinter. I love the Sprinter van, but I'm not in a position to get into a Sprinter van. But one day it'd be great. And I know there's all kinds of opinions out there. I know there's even a lot of you guys out there like a Sprinter is like expensive. Just about everybody I've talked to who's had a Sprinter, some guys are like, oh, this was expensive. Like they're talking about their oil change costing them $350. And I'm like, well, let's put it in perspective. You do your oil change every 30,000 kilometers, and I do my oil change every 5,000 kilometers. Mine costs me $150 every time I do it versus $350 for 30,000 kilometers. So you do the math. It's actually more expensive to put oil into this van than it is a Sprinter van. And all the other maintenance, it's the same thing. It kind of equates out. I don't think Mercedes is crazy expensive, but in some cases, like sometimes you go in there and it costs a lot all up front, but you're not going in there as often. I had a little smart car before, so I brought in a Mercedes all the time, and I did the math on it, and I found like that was pretty reasonable. And then my Jeep Wrangler I had was more expensive than my friend Lonnie, who's been in here on this live. He had a Mercedes G-Wagon at one point. Those are those like really souped up looking SUV Mercedes. The maintenance on my Jeep Wrangler was more expensive than the maintenance on his G-Wagon. So I was just like, of course, you know, replacement parts, his G-Wagon was way more expensive. Anyway, I'm gonna catch up here. I feel like I can catch it up. I'm missing you too, Mark. Yeah, good. We're gonna hang out sometime. Jeff, having met the Cat Lady van in person, what is your favorite quality about her? She's just so chill and laid back. I mean, she's human. She's just, you know, she's good company. That's it. There's a reason why her channel's growing. I mean, it's you know, she's great. She's a wonderful, beautiful human being. So, Emmy, and if you're in there listening, hopefully you heard that. If not, maybe you'll catch it another time. Let's see. Yeah. Neil Owen Photography. Hi from Chemainus. Neil, hi. I drove through there earlier today. I wanted to stop and say hi to John and Louise at the J5 Custom Van Shop, but I really need to get back to Squamish and take care of some business over there. So, and I got a friend that's going to be over there. I'll probably have to text him, but I won't be seeing him probably. If he's going to stay on the island for a little while, I'll see him. But that's my friend Chad. Chad be over there at J5 getting his heater installed. So Chad, if you're around, man, let's we'll hook up at some point. Dan T, what's for dinner? I'm not sure what's for dinner today. I don't know. I might I don't know what's for dinner. I'm going back to Squamish today, so I'm thinking I might go to, there's a brew pub there that I really like. I might go there and have a set of wings. So we'll see. I just kind of feel like maybe I might do that. But Kim Jones, Kim, man, you're so lovely. Thank you, Kim. Just being you, keep up the videos. Yeah, I will keep the videos coming, Kim. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Wowee. Yeah, I can't wait to get out and do some more videos. I've been kind of in a funk because I was really caught up in Nick's Sprinter van electrical for a while, and it was great. It was awesome hanging out with him and working on that van, but it just kind of took me away from what I imagined I was going to be doing, and so I didn't get out and do all the. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that's the guy on the PA saying I gotta wear a mask when I go on the ferry. James Hambrick, I just love your videos and voice. So relaxing to travel with you. Thanks for bringing us along. Keep up the great content. Thanks, James. I really appreciate that. That's really nice to. Peace and love to you too, brother. The Odison, if you ever get down to the USA, I'm going to change where I'm putting my computer here. You ever get to Michigan, have a place to park, pontoon, and jet skis and ride cold local brewed beer. Take care and stay safe. Thanks, Thor. That's, that was Thor. Actually, I started reading James, but then it cycled the comments down, and then I ended up reading half of Thor's comment. Appreciate that, Thor. I'm probably going to go do a USA trip at some point in the future. I'm not sure when, but I'd love to kind of cruise through there and do some fishing and stuff like that. So we'll see. Sharing the van life, $150 for an oil change. Where on earth do you go? I have a caravan and the oil change cost me $65. I just go to Mr. Lube. I get it done by those guys. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could find a cheaper place somewhere else, but I put synthetic oil in my van, and it's $150. And I don't know. Maybe it's a provincial thing. Like BC, things are pretty expensive. Gas is expensive out here. Service-free vehicles expensive out here. Groceries are expensive out here, but it's relative too. Like you kind of get used to it, and then you don't think about it, which is terrible. Really terrible. It seems like a lot of things are getting slowly more expensive, but that's life. Things go that way. Ivan, thanks for the super chat. Follow you and follow a few other van lifers. You seem the most honest. Salt of the earth. Keep on keeping on. Thanks, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, that was really nice, man. I'll definitely keep on keeping on and be honest as best as I can with everything that I can be honest. I mean, honesty is like such like it's like having integrity with yourself. And that's where the honesty comes from. It's just like having that integrity. And at the end of the day, I just feel much better knowing that everything was honest and true about the day. And yeah, I really like that. So I'll definitely keep on being an honest dude. Let's see. Almost there. Holy cow, where are you getting your oil changes? I can get one for $30. I could probably do my own oil change for $30, maybe. But then it's also like the time that goes into it and disposing the oil and all that stuff, and it's not an easy van to get underneath because it's pretty low clearance, so I don't know. But yeah, $30 is cheap. I've never paid $30 for an oil change. I've always paid over $100 for an oil change.
Your attention, please. All drivers and passengers, please return to your vehicles. The crew is ready to welcome you on board for your trip to Horseshoe Bay and Metro Vancouver.
Oh, the boat's here. Sweet. I wonder. Here, I'm going to flip the video. We'll try this out. Do you see it? There's a boat right there. So there might be an abrupt, kind of closing to this live stream when I have to board that, but they're offloading it, so there's going to be a little bit of time. But we're getting close to needing to end this live stream, you guys, because I don't think I'll have cell service on the boat as I travel through. That's the whole speed thing's going to change as I sail over to the mainland. Let's see.
terminal property.
Annie Frampton, hi Joseph, Emmy, and everyone here. Do you have a black eye, Joseph? No, I don't have a black eye. It's probably just a shadow in the lighting. I haven't been in any situations like he's gonna give me a black eye. I did hit my head though. So you see that? I was working on Nick's van and I was in his garage and I kept bumping into this like piece of wood that hung down in his ceiling. It happened like 6 times, and I was like, and then I stopped and I was looking at it and I was like, what's this thing for? And it's kind of like he had these little L brackets, like, or triangular brackets with wood on them, and then this one of them had this really long runner and then a little runner going up, and I kept hitting my head on that. And then I finally clocked my head really good on it, and I was, yeah, got that. And then I took out my anger and I ripped that thing down, and he laughed at me, but he was like, yeah, that didn't make any sense that it was there either, but he just, clears right underneath that thing. So yeah, anyway, no black eyes though. So Angie's ASMR, things may be expensive there, but our medical expenses are outrageous. We can't afford insurance and it barely covers our costs for meds, even if we have coverage. Yeah, I am aware of that. I'm very grateful for the medical coverage that we have in BC and in Canada, and I can't imagine having to pay for that kind of stuff out of your pocket. It's just, I don't know what that's like. It's a different, it's a different thing. And I don't know anything about it. So, I mean, that's, it's hard to say. It's hard to talk about that one for me. I just don't know what the medical system is like down in the US. I just know that a lot of you guys have to pay for that stuff out of your pocket down there, which is a little bit different. That's hard to kind of hear that in a way. It's kind of weird though. It's like, I'm sure the tax system here is collecting a certain amount of money to pay for all that sort of stuff and make it viable. And so there's probably a way to do it. Canada's been doing it for a long time, and so the management system for that's in place. Whereas down in the US, I think that's going to take a lot of infrastructure to put in place and probably a lot of upfront investment costs and money just to get it situated down there. And then, but once you have it, then you have it. And then it's like, probably going to be viable after that. But there's probably a big upfront investment cost for a government to be able to set that up, I'd imagine. But I don't know anything about that stuff, though. It's getting into some big stuff of how things are, managed at a level that large. Mark, the paint guy, when do we get stickers? I don't know, man. I know I'm a bit of an artist here and there, but I haven't sat down and drawn anything out. Maybe there's someone on the channel that wants to send me some drawings and stuff. And so yeah, anybody out there, if you got some ideas for stickers and stuff like that, just send me an email and maybe we'll chat about it and share some examples. You don't have to do anything specific, but let's talk. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Get some merch going. Not just, merch for Alden Adams. Merch for sure. And fun up the revenue a little bit. Yeah. All right, will do. I'll work on that. Anybody out there got some ideas for graphics and stuff like that, just shoot me an email and we'll talk. Let's see. Oh, Mark, I guess you're finishing up. Is the current project, Mark? I'm glad you're coming out here. It'd be good to see you. I think Jeff's on his way out to the west coast again too, so it's going to be good. Fan City Adventures, hey man, good to see you in here, buddy. All is well indeed, for sure. Well, you guys, they finished offloading the ferry, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get going here. So I'm going to wrap this up and get ready to go on the boat. That's it. Gotta go move on. So yeah, stay tuned. I will have the van tour coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I guess that's about it, you guys. It was lovely to hang out and spend some time with you guys. And yeah, until next time, I guess I'll take off instead of drawing out this thing. We'll see you guys soon, and yeah, take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye for now.